Welcome, my dear friends, to Monday night, Tuesday morning's recording, our 30 minutes of reawakening the cosmic Christ within our life. And I welcome you. Yes, indeed, I welcome you to this time of love, of embracing the love of the cosmic Christ, a special love, a unique love, a challenging love. For the cosmic Christ and the beloved Magdalena do not take prisoners. They do not take prisoners, for they offer a hand of friendship to all of us. And our theme for this 30-minute slot is about the extent of that love. The extent of love when we embrace who we truly are as a co-creator of God, a child of the beloved, a child of love. And as we are all sons and daughters of a loving Father, Mother God, not a God of religion, a God of indescribable love, we are called to embrace one of God's many sons and daughters in the Christ and Magdalena, for they have been here for a very long time, in fact 2,000 years, and yet the Abrahamic faith, as beautiful as the three religions are, many of its members are afraid to embrace the esoteric teachings of the cosmic Christ. They are afraid to embrace that love. Why? I don't know. But I would like to begin our session by first coming back to our central core, our heart. Because Christ consciousness is heart consciousness. It's not a New Age philosophy. It is a way of life that encompasses the heart. And because of the disquiet in our beautiful world, Gaia's gift to us from the Creator, where we embrace the supreme in everything that lives, moves and breathes here on this planet Earth, and yet we desecrate it. And we end up inflicting violent acts on each other. And that's why tonight, this morning, we hold Gaza, Palestine and Israel very much close to our hearts. And first I want to play this beautiful track by Sanatan Kaur. And it's called Servants of Peace, for that's what you and I are. If we have surrendered our heart to the Supreme, and we follow in the footsteps of our spiritual teachers, we are servants of peace. Let us listen to the words and enjoy the beautiful music and the words.
Nanak
Praise you, God, for peace in our life, in our world. Son, God the Son, have the Son, 나를 그곳이 뱃사. Praise you, O Christ, the King of 나를 그곳이 뱃사지. Are the sons, you got the sons, have the sons, 나를 그곳이 뱃사지. Are the sons, you got the sons, have the sons, 나를 그곳이 뱃사지. Praise you, God. Praise you, King of Glory. Are such you are such heaven such 나를 그곳이 뱃사지. Lord, make me instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. Oh, give my soul, grant that me not so mercy to be not so lost to counsel, to be understood as you understand, to be loved as you know. For it is a feeling that we feel. It's not we are partner. It is a life that we are born into eternal love. Father's sunshine.
shine away. God the Son, God the Son, heaven's love, none in the Holy Spirit love. God the Son, God the Son, heaven's love, none in the Holy Spirit love. Father, sunshine, to God the sunshine, heaven is sunshine. None for holy sunshine.
Let us relax. And as we have embraced those beautiful words of that sacred chant, of the prayer of St. Francis for peace, may our hearts be reawakened to the peace, to the love, and to the joy-filled life of surrendering love to the love of the cosmic Christ. That is our purpose of being here, to be filled in our mind, in our body, and in our soul of the love of the cosmic Christ and Magdalena. For they are the beating heart of the mystical heart of love. They are the masculine and feminine energies of the Supreme, and their influx of light is touching us now, even as I speak, for they are with you and with me as we connect now by using the gift of free will. The gift of free will is an invitation from the Supreme Holy Father, Mother God, to come to this table of many blessings and to be accepted as an equal to one another, so that there are no barriers to this love. For all are equal in the eyes of God, black and white, gay and straight, believer and non-believer, able-bodied and disabled-bodied. We are all welcome to this table. And the Christ, the cosmic Christ, invites you. He invites you to come and sit in the presence of love, where there is peace, where there is joy, and where there is fulfillment of the sacred mysteries and the esoteric teachings of the great ones from centuries ago, who today have left us a blueprint for peace. Let us be still now. Let us be still in the silence of our oasis, and let us feel the love of God, not a God of religion, embroiled in fear and control, a God who liberates the soul. Christ consciousness is not about embroiling us in fear. It's about breaking the shackles that fundamentalism and religiosity has left many of God's children. And that would account for the historical woundedness within the Abrahamic faith of Jew, Muslim and Christian, where for centuries they have been killing one another instead of embracing one another and celebrating their uniqueness and their connection and sacred lineage to God through Abraham. Let us hold the entire family of God in this time of celebration. And now let us relax. Let us be still. And I would like you to sense the rhythm of your heartbeat. Just be aware of your heartbeat. And before we have finished, you will have discerned 2 heartbeats, maybe 3. That of your own, the Christ and Magdalena. For they come when they are invited to come. So let us call on the company of heaven, the messengers of love, not religion, the archangels, angels, nature spirits, the tree devas, the elementals. Let us call on the great spiritual teachers and masters that God has sent to us as their sons and daughters. But let us come into our heart, our teacher, and let us listen to the voice of Spirit speak to us about the extent of love. You are as prone to love as the sun is to shine, it being the most delightful and natural enjoyment of the soul of man and woman, without which you are dark and miserable. Consider therefore the extent of love, its vigor and excellency. For certainly he or she that delights not in love makes vain the universe, and is of necessity to himself the greatest burden. The whole world ministers to you as the theatre of your love. It sustains you and all objects that you may continue to love them, without which it were better for you to have no being. How tragic is that? To have no existence, to be a non-person. Life without objects is sensible emptiness, and that is a greater misery than death nor nothing. Objects without love are the delusion of life. The objects of love are its greatest treasures, and without love it is impossible. They should be treasures. To love all persons in all ages, all angels, all worlds, is divine and heavenly. To love all cities and all kingdoms, all kings and all peasants, and every person in all worlds, with a natural, intimate, familiar love, as if him alone is blessed. This makes a man effectually blessed in all worlds, a delightful Lord of all things, a glorious friend to all persons, a concerned person in all transactions of life, and ever present with all affairs, so that he must ever be filled with company, even in the midst of all nations, ever joyful and ever blessed. The greatness of this man's love no man can measure. It is stable like the sun. It endureth forever as the moon. It is a faithful witness in heaven. It is stronger and more great than all private affections. It represented every person in the light of eternity, and loveth him with the love of all worlds, with a love comfortable to gods, guided to the same ends and founded upon the same causes, which, however lofty and divine it is ready to humble itself into the dust to serve the person beloved. And by how much the more sublime and glorious it is so much the more sweet and truly delightful. Majesty and pleasure concurring together. Now you may see what it is to be a son of God, a daughter of God, more clearly. Love, in all its glory, is the friend of the Most High Supreme. It was begotten of him, and is to sit in his throne, and to reign in communion with him. It is to please him and to be pleased by him in all his works, ways, and operations. It is ordained to hold the eternal, an eternal correspondence with him in the highest heavens. It is here in its infancy, there in its manhood and perfect stature. And that is a summary of my notes on the extent of love. Let us come now and be still. And let us focus on our in-breath as we breathe in a blessed gift of life from the cosmic Christ. And in our stillness, let us feel a relaxation of our mind, our body and spirit. And if we are in pain, let us summon the courage to bless that pain. If we are disappointed or stressed, let us bless these symptoms of living in a modern world that has lost sight of the beloved. And using our third eye, let us look towards the sun. And in the center of that ball of fire, let us see an image coming towards us, resplendent, glorious. It is the Christ, and he's coming to you and me. Let us focus using the third eye to see the face of the beloved. As the Christ comes near to us now, and he stands in front of us, and he places his hands on our heart chakra, and he says, receive the gift of love, for I am love, and I come in the name of love, to bless you, to anoint you, to appoint you as an ambassador of love to a world that has become so wrapped up in its own self. Where the gift of spiritual love has been compromised by a lust that is unhealthy for spirit. let us embrace balance and harmony within our heart. And let us allow our heart to be healed from the healing touch of the cosmic Christ. Let us just be still and focus now on the tenderness and the extent to which the Christ's love will go to, so as to unite our heart with the I Am presence within us, with all that is sacred around us. And let there be no fear, only pure love. And feel the rays of cosmic energy flowing from the galaxies of God, from beyond time and space. There is an energy of love, light, and blessing that is now flowing through the Christ, through the hand of the risen Christ, the cosmic Christ, right into your heart. Feel it, welcome it, and allow it to flow up to your mind, around your head, and right down your spinal column, releasing rays of love and healing through every nerve ending and tributary. Let your heart, your mind, your body, your organs, your gift of the senses, behold, enfold, hold and listen to the voice of the Supreme speak to you now, to the healing touch of the cosmic Christ. And your heart is being reawakened to selfless love, to a reverential love that is all respectful of you and me as a child of the Supreme. Not a child of fear, not a child of dogma, but a child of love. For God is love, and where there is love, there is acceptance, there is respect, there is equality, there is liberation, there is joy. Allow your soul's DNA to become re-energized and activated through the healing touch of the cosmic Christ. For he loves you, and he cares about you as a person, as a beloved co-creator of God. And he asks only this, that you be willing to receive the gift of supernatural love, a love that is selfless, non-controlling, non-dogmatic, and free. Be still. Be still and allow yourself come into the mystery of all that is, of all that there can ever be. The cosmic Christ, consciousness of embracing love. A love that is sincere and not disingenuous. And that love is for every child of God, regardless. And now we are back in our room where we are, and we can sense the ground under our feet. And there is love. Enjoy. Be at peace.